Warning. Fallen trees. Washed out bridges. 90-degree cliff edges. Utter forest chaos.
Hey dude. That's way too much drama. It's just a hike in the forest.
Moose just got a little bit of the zoomies. We haven't been to this trail in a while and they're really liking it. He's stalking Milo right now. Yeah, he's stalking him. Still as a tree. And Milo knows it too. No wrestling, Moose. Come on. Let's go. Don't worry. As long as you stop stalking Milo, he'll follow. Come on. Don't. Occupy him with something else. Sawdust over there. Big log there. That used to be in there. There's a group of folks that come through here. I ran into them once. They come through on mountain bikes with chainsaws and clean up the trail. Quite well taken care of. I had for a while been carrying a saw with me, a saw that could cut through about a 3-inch branch with quite a bit of effort, but just a little saw that 7 inches long or something. I was doing that for a while. Cleaned up quite a bit. I might start doing that again. I was looking to get one of those miniature electric chainsaws and bring it along on a couple walks. Not every time, but I come to a trail like this and find that a tree is down. The next time I'm on that trail, I'd bring my little chainsaw, clean it up. Kind of the same thing I was doing when I carried the little handsaw. There was an area up here a bit last time I was on this trail, just before the hill, where it came in after a storm, and man, the one path, see it up here. I think it's a little ways off yet, but film it. See it up here. The one area the path was completely blocked by several trees that had fallen down. I'll bet if those fine folks were through here, they cleaned that up pretty well. I mean, we managed to get through it, but you gotta like cut through some pretty heavy brush. And it was some big trees too. Oh, there's people coming. Sounds like. Video stop. I think this trail is not very hilly, and there's quite a bit of open forest like this. Not too much undergrowth. The dogs can get through it, and I can see them fairly well. I just came up a little hill there, about 20-foot rise. You can go back down the other side of it in a minute. Temperature went up about 2 degrees just climbing up that little hill. Here in southern Ontario, Canada, we've had a really nice week of weather this past week. Hasn't gone above 22, 23 degrees any day last week. Today is supposed to go up to, I think, 29. That's well into the 30s with the humidex. So instead of putzing around on the computer all morning, I still get up at like 5 a.m. but I've been trying to do some computer work when I get up and enjoying my coffees instead of doing that for very long. Oop, come. Yeah, nice fella jogging down the road there, going down the path. But yeah, so anyway, instead of putzing around on the computer, just took a look at the weather report and we better get our butts moving, because if we don't get out early, it's going to be way too hot for a 2-hour hike. Would mean that, I'd have to go in short sleeves and deal with the bugs. And Milo would not have a good time. He doesn't care for the heat very much at all. Here's that area I was talking about right here. We actually come back this way. We don't go out. Oh yeah, it cleaned it up nicely. This was completely blocked by all those trees. Cut. All those were cut right there. You can actually get a bike through there now. And we go up this way. I don't think any video does justice to how steep a hill is, but this one's steep. I can hear the boys are already up there. They don't have any problem with it. In the wintertime, this one's really hard. No problem for you, eh? Actually, it's pretty easy today. No mud. There were some areas up here too that were pretty tree covered. see there, Milo? Huh? What'd you see? Milo just loves hunting out those bushy areas like that right there. Oh, hello. There's a pup. That's nice. I came across a dog there. Played for a minute. I did not see that dog coming until it was about 20 feet away. Normally what I would do, regardless of who's coming or whether they have a dog or whatever, pull these guys off the trail and just ask if, you know, of the owners if it's okay for them to say hi. But in that case, I guess I wasn't really paying enough attention to notice a dog coming soon enough, and didn't have the time, so it turned out okay. Friendly. Stop eating the grass, Moose. You're a carnivore. Which begs the question, aside from the fact that they just might be hungry, or maybe they're trying to ingest the moisture from the grass. If you do care to leave a comment, maybe a viewer can tell me, why do dogs eat grass? Maybe they know it helps with the digestion. Although on occasion when I've seen it come out the other end, it does not look like it helps with digestion very much. And they're quite particular about the grass these guys like. It's always some type of crabgrass, like this stuff here. Uh-oh. There used to be a bridge here, guys. Hey, come. Didn't there used to be a bridge here?
There was a bridge here, got washed out.
It did, eh?
Yeah.
It really got washed out. It's gone.
Yeah, it was one of the things broken.
Yeah. Yeah, just ran into a nice fellow there at the little creek passing. There used to be a bridge right there. I think I was saying there used to be a bridge, and then the hiker came up behind me, told me it was. I remember last time I saw that bridge, it was thrown off to the side a little bit. Still functional, but apparently another storm came through, washed it out completely, and then the story is, I'm surprised the local neighborhood, I guess there's a pathway there, they didn't take that tree out, but the story is that they came in and built a new bridge and it washed out too. It's quite a bit of water for that to happen. You saw how deep that crevice of the creek was. Babble actually still has steam coming off his breath. The video caught that. Getting up at elevation here again. Probably noticeable because the slope is so gradual. Let's see if I can do this some kind of justice here. Maybe you can hear the water below. The air tilt parallel to the ground. That's pretty close to 45 degrees, I would say. Nice thing too about this trail is the variety. You know, you get that forested area that doesn't have a lot of undergrowth, and you get these more open areas. There's undergrowth, but it's back enough from the trail. You know, based on the condition of this trail, I'm not the only one that thinks it's a nice one, or it would be quite overgrown. There's another trail. It's 2 trails north of this on the same series, Seaton's, and it's at the top, coming down. That one's one of my favorites because it's got so many different offshoots of trails. If we're on schedule, and if the weather permits, because it's supposed to be scorchingly hot the next few days. If we're on schedule, I'll be on that one section, the first section of that trail, 2 days from now. Yeah, there's just a lot of little offshoots on that trail. It makes it very interesting because you can almost have a different hike every time you go. Some of the offshoots that we've taken go right down by the creek and are not well used at all. That's what made me think of it, is this trail is well used. Clear. The branches and the, I don't know what they are, spines, prickly thickles or something. They stick right through your clothes. Yeah, look at this ledge here. That's good. 40 feet down. This is a little bit treacherous in the winter, as you can imagine, because the trail is graded, sloped a little bit right to left. And then there's that big ledge there. I don't know how some of these trees are even holding on. You see the creek running down there. Quite picturesque. And as I was saying, this trail has a lot of variety. This section coming up here, big grassy field. Haven't been on it in a while, but quite often dogs like to frolic in that grass. And they'll go down there, which I was, first time they went down there, it's quite weary. It wouldn't be able to get up, but we got up fine. Okay, let's go. Yeah, this, I could tell this is a little higher elevation just based on the, well, it's sunny here too, but temperature, she's a climbing. Reaching our turnaround point here soon. These trails are quite long, the two end connecting points. I divide them in half, approach one from one side one day, and then from the other side the next day. Well, they know where to go, look at that. I know we haven't been here in a while. You can see there's kind of a trail right there that we've made out to our pit stop area in the bush here. Provided the mosquitoes. Look at that. Kind of nests up there. Probably caterpillars or something. Yeah, we got a little, you can kind of see our trail here. We've been coming to for years. Oh, Moose, look at you. Nasty birds. Here's a little pit stop. Brought in some logs. Not that we're gonna have to make a fire or something, but that's where I was sitting down at first. I got this log. Oh Milo, you guys. Look at me too. Okay, there are a few mosquitoes here, so I don't know how long we're gonna stay, guys, so let's get our snacks and get the heck out of here. Almost. He's trying to get the birds off him, poor guy. I'll give him a snack later. Unfortunately, I just can't stop here. It's too many bugs. As soon as we get to the open trail there, where there's a bit of a breeze, I'll try to get those birds off you, buddy. These are the ones that are bothering you the most. Birds don't usually stick to moose. These are maybe maturing more or something. Okay, come on, let's go. Get out of here. I did actually put bug spray on today, so they're not swarming me too much. There. That's about the halfway point. Headed back. Okay, just gonna stop and help Moose out here. Quite often on the way back, we actually started to cut a little trail deep in that bushy area there. It takes us down to the creek, and we follow the creek along. Skip this part here, come out just up here. I'm not doing that today for two reasons. One is it's really starting to get warm out and muggy. And two, fairly certain, because there's no breeze in that heavy bush, that we would be swarmed with mosquitoes. Yeah, so take that bush trail would come out actually right there. Get back into the forest, guys. Sun's getting a bit much. Oh, Milo went down. I guess he's thirsty. Go get him. Go get him. Look at that. That is a 90-degree drop right there for about 5 feet. It's more than 90. It's actually curved under from the erosion. Holy jamolies. Moose, that's impressive. Come on, Milo. You've done that many times. Moose, come on. Come on, Milo. Attaboy. Come. It is a trail today. I guess it's Sunday or Saturday or Sunday today. I don't know. That's probably like the 7th or 8th group of people that I've come across already. And one, I think about 4 or 5 dogs. Yeah, so this is definitely in the whole set of trails on this way. This is definitely one of the more popular ones. Still pretty up high here. Starting to feel the heat. Around another couple of bends. Oh, there we go. So once we break out of that area where it just dropped like 2 degrees. I anticipate once we get down off the hill, it'll probably go down another couple. At least long enough for us to get to the creek. Well, I mean, we'd go to the creek right now if we wanted to bushwhack through that. But the path up here a little bit further turns towards the creek where it's a lot easier access. Dogs have disappeared. There's no telling where they have gone. Oh. Come. Stop. Stay. This way, Milo. Come on. Good boy. Same fellow that we saw on the way out. Going for a little jog. actually not that little. That's just, if you went all the way from the other, where this trail ends at the other side up to where we're going to end, that's 4 times the distance that we're just walking today. So that's a good distance. Good for him. I certainly can't. My knees wouldn't take that these days. Oh, Milo found some water down there. That's good. I'm starting to feel a little warm. Guarantee he is, even with his fairly recent haircut. Some voices. It's funny in this area because the voices actually sound from their, like they're coming from over there. But when you're in the bush and you're on gradual turns like this, it's, you're not really paying that much attention. You don't know that you've made a 90-degree turn in relatively short order. I've got have to be aware of that. This isn't so bad here because the trail is quite well marked. But I know it's on from some hunting trips up in northern Ontario. One story was grouse hunting, and I had gone out. I had left camp and gone out early. Hunting with, I think, about 6 fellas at the time. I went out early and I don't know. Oh, Milo, that's not a solid surface there, buddy. But you got in there anyway. Yeah, went out in my ATV, pulled into an area that looked grousey, and I did actually see a few grouse scurrying along the ground there, so I tracked them in. And I was tracking them in for 5 minutes. Kind of got carried away a little bit. I did actually, if I recall correctly, get 2 grouse and a rabbit on that little mini excursion. And I was really proud of myself. And I turned around, I thought, oh, where the hell am I? I could not see the road, could not see my ATV. Kind of lost my sense of direction there because everything looks the same. The only saving grace was really, there was a light bit of snow on the ground. Managed to pick up a few of my footprints, track them back far enough. Just in the distance, I could see a silver shimmer off my ATV in the bush. So since then, I taught this to my son as well, that whenever you go off chasing something in the bush like that, regardless of what's in front of you, even if it's a trophy buck, and that's what you're hunting for. Maybe that's a bit extreme. But anyway, you tag the trees, you take your flagging tape, put it on a reasonably high visible branch, and then as you're working your way in, every few seconds you look back, make sure you can still see that tape. And the moment you turn back and can't see that tape, take a few steps back until you can. Put another tape up. If I had done that, instead of being so obsessed about a couple of bush chickens, I would have been better off in that situation that I just described. Otherwise, maybe I'd still be out there living in the bush. Imagine by now I would have built a little log cabin. Would have had to. I had quite a bit of stuff with me, but I would have had to make a bow or something, because there's no way I would have ammunition. I had a bit of a survival kit, probably a sparker, a couple of knives, twine, blah blah blah. Here's that intersection that we came up from right there. We'll go down this way. Which, when I was younger, it might not have been that bad a thing, living in the bush, but I think there's other ways too. So you're not so far out that there's nobody around at all. Probably about a mile down a very narrow logging road. Might have went down chasing something. Ooh, Milo, that's steep, buddy. Holy jamolies. Goes down this way and then drops. It's got to be 75 degrees. If you got up, you found a way around there. So yeah, in desperate bush situations like that, and hunting with a gun, some people know this, some people don't, but most shotguns or rifles or whatever have the ability to hold at least 3 shells. So the signal that you're in danger is 3 shots in a row, a bang, bang, bang. If you hear that more than once in fairly close succession, could very well be somebody in trouble. If you hear it once, more likely someone that just came across a patch of birds. Here's that area again, I'm going to show you. It's cleaned up. Very fine and friendly volunteer, I'm sure, trail maintenance crew. I extend my thanks to if perchance they happen to be watching this. Somebody spent some time down there building something. Fish catcher or something? I don't know what that is. It's strange. It's just kids having fun. This tree here is it's called the giraffe. Very unusual. There's a little offshoot trail here. By the stream. So it seems from the people that I've talked to, I ran into a dozen people today, half a dozen dogs. In the summer, this forest seems to have taken quite a beating, weather-wise. Fallen trees, washed out bridges, 90-degree sheer cliffs. I think that's a good name for this video. Some dramatic forest chaos. Fallen trees, washed out bridges, 90-degree sheer drops. I'll have to do that, a vocal introduction of that, get the full effect. Do some tweaking on the video. Turn my voice into a radio voice. Milo just went up there after something. You went around that way, Moose. Yep. I can hear him crackling in the bush right there. There he is. I'm going through here, guys. There they are. I planned on skipping this section today. It is getting quite warm out here, but once in here, the heat hasn't penetrated the forest yet. It seems it's actually quite comfortable, even with my long sleeve shirt on. This is, if I recall correctly, this area just up around the corner, we quite often see ducks. I don't know. Is there another fallen tree recently? I don't seem to recall having seen that tree fallen down last time I was here. I think it is new. Still got green leaves on it. At least that one there is new. At least it's not blocking the water flow. But yeah, right around here, from the road bridge up there in here, quite often there's ducks. There should actually be salmon coming in soon too. Although we were at the lower part of this creek the other day, and they would be hitting there first. I'll have to consult with my buddy who's practically a professional fisher, if he isn't a professional fisher. The guy knows everything about fishing. I've never really been big into fishing. I mean, I've got the whole kit and everything else, but especially with the dogs here. I mean, he's invited me out on his boat a few times, but I told him I'd love to go. But when I'm outside in the wilderness, I like to spend that time with my dogs, and I don't nice boat and that, but dogs would just be sitting there and probably just jump in the lake anyway. Yeah, I'll ask him. He would definitely know when the salmon are expected to be coming up that creek. The trout run was really strange this year, this spring. It came in for 3 days, 3 or 4 days. We saw them in the lower part of the creek, and there are people fishing for them. Season just opened up and all was going great, and then they just seemed to disappear. I was asking one fellow that was there still trying to find them for fishing. He said, yeah, this weather has just been knocked the crap out of the trout migration. The weather, I forget if it either got really warm. I think it got really warm all of a sudden, and they just headed back to Lake Ontario. Alrighty, I'm gonna wrap this recording session up here. Oh, Milo is so covered in birds. Milo. Okay, that's fine. Hey boys.